Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Tranquility's End. Playing on top side as the Demon Hunters, we've got 1 Kenobi. First on the side as the Thousand Sons, we have got Past. Past will be opening with a Thrall Wizard Squad, double Zinch Cultist, a Sorcerer Lord, Warp Gate and a Rune Scribe Construct. Whereas 1 Kenobi will go for a Brotherhood Champion and I can never click this, gosh darn it, a Teleportarium Orbitalis, as well as a Warp Generator. Now this game, well should I say the video today, is going to be a back-to-back with Thousand Sons. I have just finished recording a game with the Thousand Sons in them, and it had a bit of a weird ending. It was quite a short game and had a bit of a weird ending. I didn't feel comfortable having only that as the game for today. So I thought, right, okay, I'll try and find another Thousand Sons video and do a back-to-back. So it'll be Thousand Sons versus these guys, and then it will also be a Thousand Sons game versus a Tau game. So, you know, do with that information what you wilt, but we're going to concentrate on the game today. Seen some Zinch Cultists, which is interesting. Don't normally see these guys, mainly because their weapons require tier 2 to get them on the go. So as far as Cultists go, not exactly the most amazing kind of things going. But I suppose you can get their Cultist leader when you get the Dark Library. And, you know, the Thousand Sons leaders always have some sort of magical nonsense going for them. Grey Knights already with a Interceptor and a Brotherhood Champion actually joining their ranks. They'll be making their way on down. And, yeah, I mean, these guys just rock the socks off most people in the early games. I mean, what is that? 70-90 close combat damage straight off the bat. Which, again, you can't trust these numbers because of, like, armor types and whatevers, but still, that's quite a significant amount in comparison to everyone else. And I assume we're going to teleport onto the relic then, but no, come straight in the middle, start bashing stuff, and realising there's not much to bash, really, but there is a squad of Zinch cultists attempting to capture the relic over here, just yeeting one person right up into the air. It's definitely not what he signed up for. And now just going to completely ignore everyone and get a decap in there, which, I mean, it's alright for them because they can just hack a lot of the damage that is incoming. Although when that Sorcerer Lord comes over, that dude does not mess around. He loves a bit of close combat nonsense. And the Brotherhood Champion is actually quite vulnerable in comparison to the Grey Knight Interceptors, but managing to survive with all 3 of their model? Oh no, they lost 1 model in transit. It's been turned into floor lasagna before the escape attempt was made. Now going to focus straight on top of the Silver Spire. Demon Hunters, when you go for the Grey Knights, primarily you open hyper aggressive to make sure that you can make use of your superior infantry in the early game. They're just going to cut their way through. Was it the Brotherhood Champion that died? It was indeed. Very unfortunate. But for some reason the champion dies pretty quickly. You're asking the Tainting Bolt research, so you've gone for your DPS book, which is pretty nice. That makes sense to me. You want to do the damage as much as possible. So, alright, what are you going to go for? You're going to go for some Pegasus, the ranged alternative to the Interceptors. So nice little close combat spanking and long range. I can't think of a rhyming word there, but whatever rhyming word that would go with ranged combat damage. Look, also going to go for a critical location decap. Mr. 1 Kenobi being a real pain in the backside. And going to completely ignore that Sorcerer Lord, because they know that they can't win an engagement with him. They're going to find softer targets. Ribbon Marine Squad all ready with the Aspiring Sorcerer. So I don't know if staying around in this engagement is going to do them any favours. Here they are with their flamers. Been blasted by some dark bolts, attempting to kill the Thrall Wizards, as these guys just kind of shimmy and shake for repairing purposes. Oh, I quite like it as well. Yes, okay, so that spellbook that has gone for also has the Chains of Torment. So even if they want to teleport away, they can't, and that's 1 squad wipe on the Grey Knights there. So that's a massive problem for 1 Kenobi, as that's a huge amount of resources gone right down the toilet there. Are you teching up? You are not teching up at the moment, which is frightful if you ask me. Thousand Sons now in prime position to do some counter-assaulting, as the Grey Knights have just been primarily focusing on map control, losing 2 more models there. Did that squad actually teleport away? I can't see him. Oh, no, you teleported straight into the base, right? Okay, that's a very long teleporting range for them. Okay, also going to reinforce themselves at 60 blue and 15 green. A monstrous cost. Thrall Wizards trying to get some blasts off in there as well. We do manage to teleport away just in the nick of time. Some more dudes over here. But will want to stay out that negative cover. All this ranged firepower incoming. Current economy is 98 and 20 compared to 98 and 36. So even with all this early game aggression, they have not gained any sort of economic advantage here. But while being on this side, does force the Thousand Suns to stay over here. Lancing a heavy bolter pillar. And any tier 2 stuff? No, not for you neither. Yeah, both players having to invest a lot in their tier 1 to keep on top of things. This guy's going to teleport around over here. And I assume focus on other Silver Spires, but there are plenty of zappy stuff on the go. We'll have to go back to the Grey Knights just because of all the lightning sounds that the Silver Spires make every time I click on them. Do I need to click on them? No, it's just a force of habit. I like to click on things because it makes me feel part of the process. Yeah, Silver Spire over here has just decided, no, you Grey Knights can stay away from me, thank you very much. And a lot of poking and prodding from the Grey Knights that have just been completely resisted by the Thousand Suns. No mishmash going on there from them. Tier 2 now on the way for past. And tier 2 on the way for 1 Kenobi. Attempting to place down some warp mines. Has not been finished, but will auto build. As the Thrall Wizards, much like the Dark Eldar, just pop something down. Get it sorted. Blast from the Thrall Wizards. Doesn't seem to do that much damage to them. But then nothing. Source Lord though shows them how it's done. That's what you get for going to Space Hogwarts, I imagine. These guys will go for a decap before teleporting away. Saving a bit of money at the moment. I imagine they're just saving it for tier 2. But then can't teleport away because they've been chained up. Yeah, wonderful use of the Sorcerer Lord here. Really making that difference. Taking the one significant advantage the Grey Knights have in the early game and just absolutely negating it. So definitely, from the perspective of the Grey Knights, might have to rely on stuff that doesn't require teleporting. But Librarian finished. Tier 2, about 3/4 of the way done for them. They're going to come all the way down here. Now that the Thousand Suns have decided to chill out over on this side, we'll now come over on this side, see what damage that they can do. But it's not a long walk for the Thousand Suns, even though they are quite slow in comparison to other factions and their infantry movement. Dear oh dear. Infiltrated Zinch cultists. Quite a lot of them as well. Now going to go for some grenade launchers as well, which will do some knockback, further reducing the maneuverability of the Grey Knights. That's quite a sizable fighting force for the Thousand Suns here. What would the Grey Knights want to do in this situation? They're going for a Domus Astra Telepathica. I assume aircraft is probably their way forward here. The aircraft for the Grey Knights is pretty darn decent. But then again, so is the aircraft for the Thousand Suns. Hellblades will be able to go toe-to-toe with them up in the air, which is probably not what the Grey Knights want. You can also get super-duper infantry now. I mean, maybe not as good as their Terminators later on in the game, but still maybe something that can hold a line better against the Rubik Marines. Sorcerer Lord will come this way on over, anticipating some sort of Grey Knight push, and here they come. They've yet to go for any of their heavy weapons at the moment.
We stand ready, Lord.
I mean, I imagine a Psy Cannon or two won't do them any problems. Oh no, the one squad teleports over here, instantly regretting their life choices. Vortimer pattern Razorback. It's the first vehicle that comes out. But a Rhino to help the Thousand Suns keep on top of the Grey Knights. Both come out, and with their warp bolt ammunition will be able to absolutely tear their way through the heavy armour. Also seeing they're slowing down from some sort of spell from someone. Dear oh dear. Look at that slur. Or is that just the effect of the warp bolts? Maybe, maybe. The Brotherhood champion lives to fight another day. Seeing a Granite Incept squad over on the right hand side. So tenacious is this one Kenobi fella. He is just attacking left, right and centre all given times of the day. And with a assault cannon, attempting to break down the Silver Spire, but has been killed relatively quickly. They are cheap, are these. Oh, you are quite a cheerful driver. And here comes the Librarian. Now, the Librarian, if he can get a smite off in the middle of one of these Thousand Sun squads, will absolutely wreck face. But the ones near the Rhino, if they see it incoming, they can just jump straight back into the Rhino. So a little bit of micro is going to be required from past if he's going to keep these guys alive. Some lightning coming from the Granite Interceptors, which is not doing any damage to him. But I assume there's some sort of debuff on the go. Another Razorback. It's constantly coming out. Still focusing on the listing post. Got the Chosen over here making a push on this side. Now are the Grey Knights going to form a bit more defensively? I assume so. They can barely keep up their aggression at the moment. And I mean, just throwing away... I mean, they've got plenty of money saved up. But the amount of resources that they've thrown at this constant aggression. Here comes a smite. Right in the middle of everyone. And, you know, does a fair bit of damage, bringing everyone down to about half health. Bringing in some more damage as well. With some lightning. Bringing these guys to very low health. Might be able to get, if not a squad wipe, at least making these guys not very combat efficient for a while. Morale being broken on the Chosen, which will help them run away as best they can. But not enough follow-up to be able to finish them off. Hellblade now soaring through the air. And the Rhino coming round the flanks. Librarian has popped all his magic. He's got nothing to beat these guys back with. Dear oh dear. More Grey Knights being cast asunder. All of them dying. Grey Knight Librarian does seem to survive. These guys now shining with fiery blazes and stuff, which I assume is just more health, more damage, more all that good stuff. Hellblade is making relatively good work on the Imperial Icon. They're going to go for some pure... Oh, is that what the Purifying Sword does? Does that make it go all flamey and stuff? Oh no, they've got a Knight of Flame, right? The Knight of Flame makes the flames happen. That makes sense. Logically, that makes sense. We've also got Castellan, Garen, Crow. And the Grey Knights, I mean, they've got quite the roster of very powerful heroes, which will certainly cause some issues for the Thousand Suns. Terminator's on the go as well. So even though the Thousand Suns are now on the offensive, going up against Commander Armour on these units will be quite a tricky situation for them. Razorback with its las cannons, huge glowing lights from Mr. Crow, causing them all sorts of accuracy issues. And just a small amount of Grey Knights is more than enough to push back all these Thousand Suns. Rhino, I assume, has brought back people as the heroes break down the remnants of the Chosen. There's a full squad wipe there for you. Still plenty of Thousand Suns left over. Also going to go for some Exorcisters. The economy is 1866 compared to 164 and 111. So, I mean, yeah, okay, you've killed some stuff, but they can just buy it back more or less straight away. They're going to try and reduce the economic viability of the Thousand Suns as best they can. And I mean, they've got some powerful stuff. Terminators, you only get 3 of them in a squad, but they've just got so much armour, so much damage potential. Looks like they're about to teleport somewhere. Oh, they've just teleported over here for a decap. Got to make sure that Pass doesn't win with a critical location victory. He has captured just 2 at the moment. Will only require decapping 1. And yeah, I think it's a smart choice not to not go super aggressive here. Just get whatever damage you can done, fall back, increase your odds later on. As I mentioned, the Grey Knights don't need a huge army to make that much of an impact. Oh no, the Grey Knight Terminator, Librarian teleports in. Thankfully, the Rubik Marines did not turn around to sort them out. Terminator's over here. The slice open. This Rhino, no problems. Losing 2 models already. Attempting to teleport away. Doesn't quite make it though. That's a full squad wipe. Very unfortunate. Librarian Terminator also in the firing line. That's a lot of cash to lose in the form of your investments for your units. Are you building up much more else?
Enemy forces.
Going for a brother, Captain Arvin Stern, and a Inquisitorial Predator. Limit of 1. It's pretty decent, all things considered. Librarian just managing to survive potentially. As the Brothers of Flame come on over. So, wrecked face. But shows have been supported by a whole smorgasbord of Rubik Marines. Ah yeah, it is the Wartbolts that are slowing them down. Dear oh dear, no chance of escape. Oh, was it? No, it's not. Okay, it must be some sort of spell one of these guys do. Got a Grey Knight Chaplain, has been spawned out. Garen Crudge point blank refuses to leave close combat. Get him out of there. No, he's dead. That's sad.
I am the sharp edge of the Emperor's blade.
Here we go. We've also now got Van Stern. All of these guys got quite impressive abilities, both in the offensive and defensive capacity. Some would say. Inquisitorial Vindicator. Where did the Predator go? Oh, the Predator's here. There you are, and you are armed with a big old flamer. Well, I assume maybe a plasma cannon will be the way forward, but a tier 4 upgrade that is. Replacement Terminators are out and about. Oh, that's so many thousand suns. You have to focus down one squad at a time. Those Rhinos will be able to keep them nice and safe for a very long period. Predator not doing the Grey Knights any favours neither. Warding Raptora, reducing the range damage incoming, but doesn't stop psychic power. Does not stop the Grey Knights from just throwing in warp energy. Plenty of damage being done, but is it enough? That Predator just tanking all the damage. There's no dedicated anti-vehicle stuff on the go. They do manage to take it out, but then there's just another one coming in. That's the problem when you go up against someone with basically more money than Facebook. You're just, every time you kill something, it gets replaced straight away. Losing models in the process. Sister Exorcists, they've gone for their P silencers. So I assume that means I assume the P stands for psychic. We'll attempt to stop the Thousand Suns from doing some mischief over here. The Inquisitorial I was about to say Terminator then. Vindicator will be great at smashing up large squads of heavy infantry. The Whirlwind, don't normally see that, but definitely a nice option. Don't need to put it anywhere near the front lines. Look at the range on that. And it's so accurate as well. Kevin's firing away at the Rhino. Vindicator throws in a big blast, knocking around the Thousand Suns. And also knocking around the Rhino of all things. Just need to break it down. There we go. Rhino's been killed. No opportunities for the Grey Knights to start smashing up, but the aspiring sorcerers in the Rubik Marines are able to reposition themselves with sonic-like speed. Now the squads of Thousand Suns on the left-hand side are a bit alone in the world. Inquisitorial Predator charges on in. More Raptoras prevent incoming range damage. Thankfully, the Purifiers are pretty decent in close combat. There we go. There's the Stormhawk Interceptor. That's what I wanted to see quite some time. It's got missiles, got shooting bits. Something for everyone. Tech Marine squad on the way for repairing stuff. You can also get extra boys inside his ranks as well. Maiden Servitors, Assault, Weapon Servitors, all that stuff. As well as upgrades for his weapons. Thousand Suns, they were looking pretty strong. Now the Grey Knights, just with sheer grit and determination, moving forward. I assume you've gone for your, yeah, you've gone for your Ultra Zinch, more weapons. Also Araman, the Exile, and he's got a stupid amount of spells available to him. I think, what is it? You can research like 6 just on his little menu on the bottom right hand side, and every time he dies, you're able to just get a different selection. Might be 6, might be less, can't quite remember. But either way, and they're also researched for free. He just knows them. What spells are going to go for? Squad of Forsaken are always quite useful. Oh no, he's just going to a big, huge blast in the middle of everyone. Look at him, just so intimidating. He just comes in, and he's not the tankiest of commanders, as to be expected from a sorcerer. Or do something cool, summoning the things. All right, okay. Oh my goodness, he's doing a Sailor Moon transition. He's gonna pop on the tights. Oh no, never mind. Not sure what that was for. But it would have been cool if he did some sort of, I don't know, glowing stuff, getting to his Gundam or whatever. I know anime. Sailor Moon's an anime, isn't it? I think. Oh no, the Grey Knight Terminators, that they're coming in, and I don't think that's where they want to be. Teleport straight on out, young men. Get out of there while you can. There we go, managing to survive, but taking so much damage in the process. The Grey Knights can't mess around. Every single individual model could mean the difference between victory or defeat here in this engagement. Also some icon bearers in between each of these Thousand Suns for health regen purposes. Oh dear. Anything else that you're going for? More Stormhawk Interceptors. And mechanical protocols. I assume there's some upgrade to the vehicles. Or the Tech Marine at the very least. Thousand Suns in position. We are seeing a Brotherhood champion just trying to go for some critical locations. Scarab Occult Terminators. So yeah, even heavier lads for the Thousand Suns. They've also, oh dear, oh, they've got a Trophy Grav Raider. That's a relic unit right there. And he's got plasma cannons for days. So it's looking less than ideal for the Grey Knights. But if they've, you know, if anyone could do it, if anyone can bring back a comeback. I mean, that they're lacking in the economy. They do have a Dreadnought ready to come down. Now, would it be an idea to save that deep strike? I don't know, managed to get a deep strike in here. Oh, right in the firing lines of everyone. I would imagine that it'd probably be best to save him and then deep strike him around the backsides. That'd be the idea, but maybe they're just thinking, right, here's a narrow choke point. Oh, I see what they're doing. Narrow choke point negates the numbers advantage. Trophy Grav Raider occupying that centre, and all the firepower is being poured straight onto him. All the counter fire coming straight on him as well. Armin the Exile, huge boom, knocking everyone back. Also bringing out lost souls and shenanigans, which is probably not pleasant to be around, in all fairness. I don't know, maybe it's the souls of all his brother Rubik Marines. And let's be honest, that was a very uphill battle for the Grey Knights. Grav Raider is still online, very low health at the moment, but they might be able to get him down just as a consolatory prize. One Tech Marine charging forward. Was that a Servitor? Oh, that was a weapon Servitor. Armed with a sword in its hand. I have to have a little bit more. could have done some glorious stuff. Another Terminator on the go. And there isn't much anti-vehicle stuff here. They're holding off relatively well, these guys. The plasma cannon's a nice touch. As, oh dear, just a full squad right there. A couple of plasma... In fact, actually, Grey Knights might be able to survive this if they just believe. No. Dreadnought's gone down. The economy, not quite enough to be able to rebuild things constantly. Oh my goodness, if they had the economy, that might have been a engagement where the Grey Knights could have come straight back into it. But, I don't know, maybe just being too aggressive in the early game, not concentrating on their own economy, trying to constantly bash the Southern Thousand Suns on the go and just making sure that they were able to, I don't know, break through some stuff. But yeah, I think inefficient. Or, no, that's the wrong way to say. Not inefficient, ineffective. It was very efficient in the sense that it was bashing every point humanly possible at all times, keeping the Thousand Suns on the reaction. But they were just able to keep so much of their Silver Spires on the go and increase their economy over time. And I mean, what did you end that game with? Yeah, just same as we saw about maybe 10 minutes ago. But that's all you really need to have a stupidly large amount of fighting forces all the way through the game. And yeah, oh, it was so close, man. So close. If you had more money and more dreadnoughts with those plasma cannons, they could have come back, gosh darn it. But hey ho, anyway, like I say, there's another game straight after this. I do the same intro because I didn't plan for it to be added on to the end of this, so I do apologise if that is a bit of a pain. Just fast forward it by like 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or whatever. And yeah, cheers. Let's go on to the next game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. Playing on the right side as the Tau Empire, we've got Aviend. And playing on the left side as the Thousand Suns, we've got HMD. HMD will be opening up with a couple of Thrall Wizards, a Sorcerer Lord, Demon Gate, and a Rune Scribe Construct. Whereas Aviend will open with a Aircraft Builder, a couple of Stealth Sub-Teams, a Jetpack Research, and a Tau Barracks. Now, the Tau Empire, compared to the Thousand Suns, the opening for these factions are actually very, very similar if you think about it. So, from the perspective of the Thousand Suns, whichever building you open up with is what you're going to go for combat-wise. Say, for example, Demon Gate comes out with the smashy-bashy close combat, Screamers of Zinch, and you can also go for your other building, which I completely forget what it's called, and get your Rubik Marines up for range combat. And for the Tau, very similar situations. You've got your Tau Barracks for your Fire Warriors, and then you've got your Auxiliary Recruitment Centre for the blooming Recruit Carnivores and your Vespids. So whichever building you go for kind of dictates how your early game will be going for. Now, some people might say, oh, but you can always build the other one and go for melee and range combat, but then it massively delays your tier 2 having to build up another production building, which in these higher level games, a delayed tier 2 is more or less a death sentence. You've got to kind of build what you fancy and then, you know, make peace with your god, your gods, or your non-gods, depending on if you are a Fedora-tipping Reddit user. But so that was not a comment on people's faith. Then that was just a bit of a laugh. For anyone responds negatively in the comments, we're just having a bit of fun here. But yep. So some Screamers of Zinch, and the Sorcerer Lord is about to pop. Similar timing as the Tau Commander. Which spell book are you going to go for? We will have a look at him. I'll just highlight him while we're doing a bit of talking. I do want to say as well, of all the factions that we have in Unification, I don't think I've ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I've ever seen people make any big complaints about the Thousand Suns. Like, I've seen loads of other people say, oh, so-and-so faction is overpowered or underpowered. I've never seen many people, or ever people complain about the Thousand Suns. So I wonder what makes these guys, like, fan favourites in regards to balancing, or whether people don't think they're balanced, and you are the kind of people who just lurk in the comments and don't actually ever respond or anything, which is fine. You know, I don't comment on most of the videos that I watch, mainly because I just don't have an opinion to share. Either way, Sorcerer Lord, it's still not gone for a buck. Can't see him doing anything at the moment. And the Town Commander is just going to go in and pester these Thrall Wizards. Doing a pulse shot as well, which would normally save to snipe out something of significance. But to be fair, going for a squad wipe on a Thrall Wizard squad is quite useful, because not only are they building, but they're also capping as well. We're seeing a Sorcerer Lord making his way down over here. Also the Screamers of Zinch, which will be doing a bit of tit for tat, smiting down the F-Class builder. Tower Commander comes straight on over there for defensive purposes. And one Aircraft builder goes down. Potential for a second one also. Listing posts are being denied left, right, and centre, but do like how he's built up a listing post over here to prevent any Thrall wizards from sneaking on over and doing some decapping on those relics, which we've mentioned before. Massive pain when you lose them because it takes so damn long to actually catch them. Tower Commander struggling a little bit, but if he just falls back just a smidgen, there we go, comes within range of these listing posts. One thing that the tower player can do, there we go, yep, he's going to upgrade all his listing posts with shooty bits. That will massively help him in the defense of the Screamers. It won't help him on the far extremities, as I would have to say, although he is going for an upgrade down here. But definitely in this triad of listing posts, no matter where the Screamers are at this point, they'll either be shot by one or potentially two listing posts. Tower Commander is still relatively healthy at the moment. Sorcerer Lord is now going for his Demon Summoning, which, you know what, I've rated this book for quite some time, saying, oh yeah, you know, it's great because pop down a demon and it's actually quite useful because it's just, you know, cast and forget more or less. But I don't know if that's going to help him much in this situation. Yeah, okay, the demon will come out and it will do some damage, but in the later stage of the game, if enough Fire Warriors come out and if enough range stuff is on the go, this Zinch Spawn will die quite quickly. I think there's much more utility in the other books, in the form of DPS, from the Mavaloni, Pathaconi, or whatever you call that book, or the Trickster spell book, where you're able to confuse models and units, and also get clones out for your Sorcerer Lord as well. I think that'd be a much more useful spell book in this matchup. They do take out one listing post, which then gives them a lot more space to make use of. One squad of Fire Warriors struggling to stay alive, but we are seeing a second squad coming out, and a third squad actually on the way. And not enough melee units to be able to tie up all those squads, even with this lesser Zinch spawn, which will fade off into no man's realm sometime soon. But they have got 3 listing posts down, more or less. Current economy is 104 and 20, compared to 104 and 48. Tier 2, striving on out. We've also got the Dark Library for upgrades and all that stuff. So, there we go. Thousand Suns in prime position here. Also got potential for, if they actually go for their listing post upgrades, that will also do them some serious stuff in the economy department. Only got 2 upgrade, well, 1 upgraded, a second one soon to be upgraded. So that will do them some flavors in the future. Thrall Wizards decapping critical locations. Current countdown victory is in the favor of the tower, but I assume that they've only captured 1. They've captured 2, and have they captured 3? Oh no, they've only just captured those 2. So capturing the central piece will massively well, it'll just cancel that out. And also, making sure the tower don't have this critical location captured will be insanely important for the Thousand Suns, as the Fire Warriors can fire past their vision range. So denying them any kind of vision is massively useful. Screamer Zinch coming on over, probably not the ideal. There we go, fall back, young man. If anything, at the moment, they want to be denying the Tau from rebuilding the listing post over here. But I don't know if that's going to be possible now that there's 3 Fire Warrior squads on the go. If anything, maybe some vehicles might be in order in Tier 2. They've got the green money potential for it. But in saying that, if the Tau are managing, yeah, they're on their way to Tier 2. If they manage to get into Tier 2 quite comfortably, they can get the missile launchers for the Tau Commander. Also, their self-suits can get their fusion blasters as well. So going up, just swapping into vehicles against Tau is always quite a risky maneuver. The Tau, it's really hard. Tau and Thousands, they both begin with T's, and that confused me in my brain. Doubling down on the melee with some Chosen. It's interesting. They are more swift and nimble than their Rubik Marine counterparts. Also able to pop your Sorcerer Lord inside their ranks to keep him nice and healthy. Will be a very micro-intense engagement here, in all fairness. Critical location has not been captured. And if the Thousand Suns can engage these guys in the heavy cover, that will do them some major boons. Big Sorcerer's Blast in the middle of these guys. But we've got now, oh dear, we've got 4 Title Fire Warriors in total. Took a lot of maneuvering to get these guys down. Engaging in ranged combat stance. Managing to take out a stealth suit there, so that's pretty good. Double screamers on the top, chasing these guys back to base. And I don't think the Thousand Suns have the potential for much aggression here. Unless it's in spawn. So I assume he's been upgraded now that he's got fire coming out of his mouth. And also seeing a conjured demonic entity getting those electric blasts in the range department. And some horrors a cinch just to break down the listing post a little bit more. Not a bad shout, in all honesty. And that conjured demonic entity keeping these Power Suns, the Tau Fire Warriors, good lord, away for a little moment, allows them to break down the listing post. Although the Screamers over here are really, really struggling. And they've killed one, and I love this. They've got one objective down, they're going to pull back. No overcommitment from HMD here. And has now gone for the Occult Forge straight into a Deceiver, which will be able to weather the storm of the Fire Warriors. And with its double flamers as well, break morale left, right and centre. Coming in with a vehicle beacon of their own. As the quadruple, I mean, it's a lot of money to put in. It's 70 blue for each individual. Also, 70 blue and 20 for the Fire Warrior Chasseways. Which I'm running on the assumption you've gone, yeah, you're going to get double for all of them. Which makes sense. But it's a lot of eggs in one basket. If HMD can find something that counters the Fire Warriors nicely, then, well, basically, the majority of their unit composition is kaput. Just waiting for more units coming in at the moment. Economy is 134 and 79 compared to 128 and 40. And it's quite risky, actually, them going for vehicle beacon when they're so low on the green money. The Devilfish coming out. I don't know how useful that's going to go. I think the Sorcerer Lord can spot infiltrated units. Unless I'm mistaken, or is that the Thrall Wizards? Well, we're about to find out. Deceiver now coming right on the top side. Charging straight on in. And like I said, I don't think that the building bashing is what he is built for. He is built just to get the Fire Warriors back. Well, these guys make their wicked and foul business. Horrors also breaking down the listing post, slowly but surely. Already rebuilt the listing post and upgraded it again. See what I mean? All that morale being broken. Those guys now basically doing 0 damage. All things considered. Horrors will stay on northern side just to break down the listing post. Whereas the Screamers will then work on this southern one. Very nice stuff. Us and the Fire Warriors make good use of their space. Breaking down that Glyph Scribe construct. Very good. Oh, we're seeing a broadside battlesuit of all things. Interesting. Don't think that'll be the idea. I mean, what? I mean, okay, yeah, you'll be able to break down the Deceiver, but I suppose maybe to sort out those Hellblades that we're now seeing from HMD. Attacking from two fronts. Screamers go down pretty quickly. So that Combined Arms 5 also got the Tower Commander over there as well. Potential flanking from that Devilfish troop carrier with these guys. All the Horrors now been taken care of. And even though the Fire Warriors aren't anti-vehicle, the sheer amount of firepower incoming will do a lot of damage. Barracuda's on the way for Aveened. Second listing post been taken down as the Chosen attempt to crack open a broadside battlesuit, but all that firepower coming in is not a happy situation for them. Barracuda is now airborne, which will provide them decent anti-vehicle capacities in addition to these broadside battlesuits. We're now just sitting firm on the floor. I don't know, man. Doesn't look good for the Thousand Suns yet. They've quite backed themselves to a corner. There's no way for them to get out of this alive. See what I mean? So, like, if the Sorcerer Lord went for one of the other spellbooks, would have had the ability to basically zoom straight out of there, which would have saved all those dudes. But yeah, I mean, how much armor do you have? You've got a very small army. You've gone for a Rubric Dreadnought, a couple of Horrors, and you are going to regain some more Horrors going into Tier 3. It's a very dangerous situation to take up into Tier 3, as you are about to be assaulted by a bajillion million Tau, if you came in, did the damage, then fell back, the taking up into tier 3 would have been probably advisable, if anything. But here we go. Going to see a second. Well, we're just going to see a warp gate. Maybe going to transition into some Rubik Marines here. Got plenty of money, which they could be spending on building up another army. Oh, so we're looking at the wrong people. Hell yeah, you've still got plenty of money. About to pop that tier 3, and they've really, really got to pull something out the bag here if they want to see something. We're watching from the Tau's perspective because of all the infiltrated units. If you're wondering, FYI and all that jazz. Tier 3 Silver Spires here, which don't seem to be killing the Firewalls all that much. Rubik Dreadnought is going to be a difficult customer for the Firewalls to deal with, but if you can get those broadside battlesuits into position, it'll be amazing for them. Love that they're being set up in the heavy cover here. Trial Wizard's been picked off from range. And it's going to be a match-deciding conflict, I reckon. Thousand Sons don't need to win this, they just need to wound the Tau enough to not be able to get the killing blow. Chosen have been re-recruited. Some massive demonologies and some flamers of Zinch. So tech to increase the health and destruction of their demons. And for a Predator as well, losing a super duper upgraded Silver Spire. Also no Silver Spire on this relic at the moment. We've got the money, you've got the power, just got your populations full on both infantry, well, yeah, on both infantry and vehicles. So not a happy time for you. Tower also going for their tier 3 for the Kion command post. And they're just going to come down over here really quickly, breaking down this demon gate. Might prevent this research being done. Be a huge pain for them. Runic armor to increase the health of the Chosen. I think some Practicus Covens here as well might also be really useful. But things have been destroyed. And the Deceiver moving in. Being slowed down by a snare from the Tau Commander. Already going to go down. It's not really done all that much. Not forced these guys to reposition. These guys over here on top of the ridge, able to fire down on these guys. No one will be able to make a beeline for them. They'll have to walk all the way around this cover here. Attempting to take down the broadside battlesuit to give the Predator a little bit more space. An attempt to be made on the troop carriers. Which will stop the Tau Fire Warriors from repositioning so efficiently, but no, it's not the mainstay of damage. The damage comes from the Fire Warriors. Both have gone down. And now it's time to pull back. There's a Barracuda just to chase them off. What are the Thousand Sons going to go for? You've finished with your Flamers. Pretty nice. All goes quiet on the western front. Alt of Zinch ready to come out. Tau, what are you building up? You're going for some more Barracudas. You're going for improved metallurgy, targeting optics, just further increasing the ranged power of the Tau. Barracuda flown in, but then sent backwards. It's all a standstill at the moment as a fleet flies on over, starts opening fire, and oh, HMD, he's got a kid, and he leaves. Right, well that's okay. So the Thousand Sons have been defeated by the power of adult responsibilities. Well, that was anticlimactic. That was anticlimactic indeed. The Thousand Sons, I mean, yeah, okay, they're on the back foot, but they had, I mean, they were building their altar. They had a lot of money saved up. They could have definitely done stuff. The Tau weren't exactly spending their money in the most efficient manner humanly possible, so there was more potential for it. What I'm going to do for this game is that I'm probably, because of how anticlimactic it was, I'm probably going to save it, and maybe if I get another Thousand Sons game on the go, then do it as a back-to-back kind of thing. just to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use this game for. But yeah, anyway, cheers, boys, for sending this game into Discord, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace.